Good day everyone. Welcome to my channel Quick Tech Master Mariner. Don't forget to like, subscribe and press the bell icon to get notification of all other videos.
So, you're out on the water, and you see that spinning antenna on top of a boat. That's the radar, right? It's an absolutely critical piece of gear. But here's the thing, not all radars are the same. Today we're going to break down the two main types, X-band and S-band. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly which one to trust, and more importantly, when.
Okay, to really get this, I want you to picture two completely different scenarios. First, imagine you're easing your way through a busy, narrow channel. It's a clear day, but you're trying to pick out little buoys, maybe some small fishing boats. Now, flip that completely. Imagine you're way offshore, the sky goes black, rain is just hammering down, and the sea's getting angry. The tool you need in that first situation, it's totally different from the one you need in the second. And here they are, X-band and S-band. I mean, they look kind of similar, right? But underneath, they are fundamentally different tools designed for completely different jobs. You can think of it like this. One's a magnifying glass, and the other is a pair of binoculars. Both help you see, sure, but you'd never, ever use them for the same task.
And that gets us to the heart of the radar dilemma. Knowing which one to pick is a critical skill for any mariner. It might seem complicated, but trust me, there's a brilliantly simple little trick to remember the difference.
And here it is. Seriously, if you remember only one thing from our chat today, make it this right here. X is for extra detail, and S is for storm saver. This little memory hack, it's the key. It's going to unlock everything else we're about to talk about. So let's dive in and see why it works so perfectly. All right, first up to the plate is our detail expert, the X-band radar. And just like our memory hack says, this system is all about precision. It's about seeing the small stuff with just incredible clarity. You know, the science behind why it's so precise is actually pretty cool. X-band operates at a really high frequency, around 9 gigahertz. This means it has a shorter wavelength, so it can send out more pulses in a smaller area. And all those extra pulses let it paint a much more detailed picture of everything around you. So what does that high frequency get you? Well, you get a super sharp picture with fantastic target separation. That means you can easily tell if that blip over there is one big boat or, say, two smaller ones really close together. It's perfect for spotting little targets like channel markers and buoys, especially when you're navigating close to shore.
But, and this is a big but, there's a trade-off. Because it's so sensitive to all that great detail, it's also really sensitive to weather. In heavy rain or in rough seas, your radar screen can just get filled with what we call clutter, basically noise from every raindrop and wavetop. And here's the critical part. All that clutter can actually mask or hide the echoes from real targets. It can become unreliable right when you need it most.
And that is exactly where our second hero, the S-band, comes into the picture. If X-band is the fine-tipped pen for drawing details, S-band is like a big, trusty, permanent marker. It's our storm saver.
The secret to the S-band's power, it's got a much lower frequency, down around 3 gigahertz. Its wavelength is longer, it's less sensitive, and that's exactly what makes it a beast in bad weather. It's literally designed to ignore the small stuff, like raindrops, and just focus on the big picture.
This is its superpower. It can just punch right through rain, fog, and all that sea clutter to hold on to its targets. When an X-band screen might look like a complete mess of static, the S-band gives you a clearer, much more stable picture. That makes it the absolute go-to for spotting other big ships when you're on a long offshore voyage, where bad weather is pretty much always a possibility.
But of course, there's no such thing as a free lunch, right? The price you pay for that amazing foul weather performance is a loss of fine detail. That same ability that lets it ignore raindrops means it's not so great at picking up really small targets or defining a tricky shoreline. Small targets might look a little fuzzy, or they might even be missed altogether.
Okay, so you're on the bridge. You've got both of these amazing tools right at your fingertips. How in the world do you decide which one to use? Let's bring this all together and figure out how to make the call.
So it all boils down to this, really. It's not about which radar is better in general, it's about which one you should trust right now, in this specific situation.
And here's your simple playbook. If you've got clear weather, you're in close quarters, and detail is everything, you're gonna lean on your X-band. The second that weather turns ugly, heavy rain, poor visibility, your attention immediately shifts to the S-band. But here's the real pro move, step 3.
On professional ships, the best practice is to use both running side by side and compare them.
And that leads us to the ultimate pro tip. You never ever rely on just one screen. A really skilled mariner is constantly cross-referencing. They're looking at the X-band to see the fine detail, then glancing over at the S-band to confirm a target that might be hidden in the clutter. True awareness out there comes from combining the information from both systems to build a complete mental map of what's going on around your vessel.
So we come full circle, right back to that simple, powerful little memory hack. If you are ever in doubt, just say this to yourself. X is for detail, S is for storm. It's the simple key that unlocks what feels like a complex decision, and it lets you make the right choice in seconds.
And there you have it. You now know the secret that helps keep mariners safe all over the world. It's not just about having the gear. It's about understanding the specific mission of each tool. So the next time you're on the water, what are you going to be looking for on that radar screen?